Heisman winner. This is Mark Ingram. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
TJ Green.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
It's Mark Ingram. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Ingram, the ball carrier.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Down.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Jackson to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens first down.
Baltimore.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
The ball carrier.
Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
Midfield.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Trying to get it to Willie Snead there, and it's 3rd and 5.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
36-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's caught inside the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through.
Ravens, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Jackson now off the bootleg. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. He had his his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
And it'll be intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss, here's 2nd and 12 from the 18. Big hold of the 30, and he will find his man on the end route, complete. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Looking deep for Hilton. Oh, that was dangerous.
Jackson's pass.
Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. It's 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day, and I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it, and he's giving me the evil eye, folks. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
No gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that'll bring up 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 45. And he'll drop here to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
The kick is
and he
good.
knocks it through.
That ties the game at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
To throw is Jackson. To throw on 3rd down. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. J.J. Nelson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter.
Makes the score Browns 14. Ravens.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now a handoff to Ingram. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Mark Ingram. It's a gain of
through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
At the Browns' 36-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Running right, this is Ingram. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
And you know he wants to make the most of every carry because he competes with his quarterback. Lamar Jackson, 4 carries and yardage. But Mark Ingram, over 1,000 yards last season. And then the Ravens went out and drafted J.K. Dobbins out of Ohio State in the 2nd round. So now the Ravens potentially have 2 guys to pair with them.
And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be how many game changes.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. J.J. Nelson. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Browns 21, Ravens 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
From the 27, Jackson. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
The tackle made at the...
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
He uncorks it for Snead. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. He's got a man complete. And all the way up to the 47-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. 41 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Lets it go for Nelson. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. J.J. Nelson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Complete to Mark.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To throw is Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big pickup of 38. They'll run here with Ingram. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Ingram with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now Jackson on 2nd down. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calais Campbell on the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 47-yard line.
Check. Check hot. 70 line. Lucky. 36.
Here's Jackson. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
And the interception earlier, now a sack. He just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
That's taken at around the 40. 54 yards on the punt there, 15 on the return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. A give. This is Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. He'll look to set up his blockers. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 43. He'll give this one to Ingram to start things out. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
And inches.
Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Ingram. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Pass from Jackson complete to Ingram. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 16-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. Second and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. This is Ingram. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram. His second touchdown of the night. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now? Those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a second and 10 coming up. Operating from the gun, Jackson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there and a first down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a first and 10 at the 42-yard line. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
Patrick Queen on the tackle. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 34-yard line.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ahead of the chains now, second and 2. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. This will be caught inside the 10. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. From the gun, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact. But in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. Here's Jackson operating from the gun. He's going deep for Brown. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again, Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. But now it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 16. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
The ball carrier.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
It's a game.
You might remember Nick Chubb. He had a heck of a game last year in Week 4 in what turned out to be a 40-25 Browns win over these Ravens. He finished with 165. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Extra point.
And he'll bang that one through.
Makes the score Browns 35. Ravens 20.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First down, Ravens.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Now Jackson on first down. And his throw is incomplete. T.Y. Hilton once again the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
So now they'll come up on second and 10, once again from the 28. To throw again, Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards, a first down.
First down,
It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability that Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end and went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41. From the gun, Jackson caught left side by Hilton. A gain of 6 there on first.
Complete.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 2nd down. It's Ingram. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 26. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
9 yards.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Jackson on 1st down. And now here is another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. It's the rookie linebacker, Patrick Queen, and he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Justin Tucker lining up.
Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. And he'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
It's 2nd and 8.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside.
Jackson's pass Complete to number 82. A gain of 7 yards. And it's
the Ravens on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Complete to Mark Ingram.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
At the 36-yard line.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Play action. It's Jackson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36.
You know they pay me extra for this.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie, an interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
And they're able to up the lead by 1 more.
That's the score. Browns 42, Ravens 27.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. T.J. Green with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Good gain there on first down. That keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Jackson's pass.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
A gain of 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Tonight's final score, Browns.
Charles, it's
42.
one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to